Hi, beautiful, and welcome to today's tapping session around the theme of the imposter syndrome, which often manifests itself as a sense of self-doubt, especially in those areas that we tend to excel in and are good at. So, if you have experienced the imposter syndrome, this tapping sequence is likely to be helpful to you. And even if you don't recognize the theme of the imposter syndrome or the term imposter syndrome necessarily right away, I recommend that you do this tapping with me anyway. It's likely to support you on your journey, and you'll be able to pick out bits and pieces that land really deeply with you as well. Okay. So let's start by closing our eyes for just a moment and take a couple of deep, deep breaths, breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Allow your breath to ground and center you and bring you more fully into the present moment. And then just for a moment, tune within and just reflect on how common the theme of self-doubt or feeling like you are a fraud or a fake, an imposter, is for you. And allow whatever memories, whatever sensations, emotions, body sensations to arise in this moment. Good. And then let's start tapping straight away around this. So tapping on the side of the hand, repeat after me. Even though I tend to doubt myself a lot, right in this moment, I choose to see myself with kindness and compassion. Even though I often consider myself to be a fake or a fraud, right in this moment, I'm open to shifting this and clearing whatever has caused it. Even though there is a strong tendency within me to doubt myself and set unrealistic goals and expectations, I'm open to healing this now. Okay, good. Then tapping on the eyebrow point. And let's start with a deep breath right there. So tapping and taking a really deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then repeat after me. All this self-doubt, side of the eye, all this negative self-talk, under the eye. I tend to self-sabotage a lot. Under the nose. I often feel like a fake or a fraud. Chin point. I often feel quite nervous too. Collarbone point. I try to overachieve no matter what I do. Under the arm. I often berate my own performance. Top of the head. Sometimes it's really hard for me to realistically assess my competence and my skills. Eyebrow point. I often attribute my success to external factors or pure luck. Side of the eye. I often fear that I won't live up to people's expectations. Under the eye. I tend to sabotage my own success. Under the nose. I also sometimes have this social anxiety. I either feel really uncomfortable in crowds or feel that I don't belong in a social situation. Chin point. And I'm really good at setting challenging goals. And then I feel disappointed when I fall short. Collarbone point. What gives me the right to be here? Under the arm. Who am I to do what I do? Top of the head. Who am I to succeed? Okay, good. Well done. Let's pause the tapping and take a really deep breath in through the nose and out through the mouth again. And again, tune inwards. Notice what's happening inside your body. Did any of the words that I just used there stir up anything bigger inside you or bring up some memories or bring through a really strong emotion? If so, just acknowledge that. Hold yourself for a moment. And then we'll continue with some more tapping. So coming back to the eyebrow point, I now give myself permission, side of the eye, to release the imposter syndrome under the eye from my consciousness, under the nose, from my cellular memory, chin point, and from my DNA, collarbone point. I no longer wish to experience the symptoms of this theme under the arm. I'm open to releasing the imposter syndrome. Top of the head. I'm open to accepting myself exactly the way I am. Eyebrow point. No matter how hard it might feel, side of the eye, I'm open to loving and accepting myself under the eye, exactly the way I am. Under the nose. I wonder what would open up for me. Chin point. If I just truly felt that I belonged. Collarbone point. That I had the right to exist, to be here. Under the arm. That I am meant to be doing the work that I'm doing. Top of the head. I wonder who I'd become. Eyebrow point. If I could let the self-doubt go. Side of the eye. If I could simply allow myself to be who I am. Under the eye. If I no longer felt like a fraud. Under the nose. I wonder what would open up for me. Chin point. If I could trust myself. Collarbone point. and truly believe and know under the arm that the work that I do really makes a difference. Top of the head. I wonder who I'd become if I could trust myself and have all the self-confidence that I needed. Okay, good. Let's pause the tapping again. Take another deep, deep breath in through the nose, out through the mouth. Good. Again, tune into your body. Notice what might be shifting now, what you're feeling, and what emotions are present now. And then we'll come to the thymus point, just there in the middle of your chest, where the thymus gland lives. And then repeat after me. I release all emotional attachment to the imposter syndrome. I release all emotional attachment to not being able to trust myself. I release all emotional attachment to feeling like a fraud. I release all emotional attachment to setting unrealistic goals and expectations. I release all emotional attachment to any and all forms of self-sabotage. I release all emotional attachment to always having to berate my own performance. I release all emotional attachment to having to attribute my success to external sources, including luck. I release all emotional attachment to the fear that I won't live up to others' expectations. I release all emotional attachment to any and all forms of social anxiety. I release all emotional attachment to always having to set challenging goals and then falling short. And then feeling disappointed. I release all emotional attachment to always having to question my worth and my value. I release all emotional attachment to questioning whether I have a right to be here. I release all emotional attachment to any doubt around doing the work that I do. I release all emotional attachment to any and all underlying root causes unique to my life and soul experiences related to the imposter syndrome. And I release these root causes across time, space, and dimensions. From my childhood, from my adulthood, from any past lives that there may have been, those inherited from my ancestors, and those taken on from the collective consciousness. And I restore the right energy flow into my body, mind, and spirit. And so be it. Beautiful. Well done. Let's pause the tapping and take the deepest breath you've taken all day today, in through the nose and out through the mouth. And really let the out breath out as a big, big sigh of release. And again, notice how you're feeling now. You might be feeling a lot lighter right now. You might feel energy shifting inside your body. You might notice a sense of elation or just this simplicity, this lightness. And if not, if you're still feeling stuck and stagnant around this theme, then it just simply means that there are some deeper layers to uncover and to work on so that the thorough healing will come through in a way that serves your highest good. And if that's the case, then feel free to reach out to me for some deeper level one-on-one work that is tailored to your unique life and soul experiences. There's a link below in the show notes that will allow you to access a very special offer that I have at the moment for healing sessions one-on-one with me. I hope this was helpful to you, and I hope you will continue following my work and tapping along with me, and also listening to my guided meditations and shamanic journeys. And if you'd like to be notified when new material is released, then please make sure that you subscribe to my channel and also click that little bell sign so that you will actually be notified when there is new material. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful rest of your day.